Live from beautiful Ohio, it's the OK Boomer podcast, featuring siblings, the real Jean and Laura.
Hello. I'm Jean.
And I am Laura, and we are here to encourage all you millennials, boomers, and everyone in between to be happily okay together.
Oh, Laura, we're live. We said we could drink coffee, but should you be chomping
No.
on your celery?
You're right. It's just so good with coffee.
Yeah, it's so good.
Sorry about that. Okay.
All right.
I'm good. Just sipping.
Are you ready to handle your week? Did you have a week since we last talked?
I did have a week. Let me tell you, it was wonderful.
Wonderful.
The Chicago kids came back with their little baby girl. So cute. We had my daughter, her little son. Just my son came over. Friends, obviously you.
And my son,
your son,
and my
his
sweet,
gal,
right, his sweet gal.
and Renee's guy. It was just so much fun. Had a blast. It was my OH's birthday.
Yes,
Yes, and I'm going to just put it out there, his age.
Oh.
Maybe I shouldn't. But they didn't have the right number. I got the 6, so we all know he's in his 60s.
Oh.
But then they didn't have the 3. There were no 3, so I had to put like 3 candles in a row. Kind of looked like a Roman numeral, but there you go.
Did, but happy birthday and happy family times. And I hope all our friends are having happy family times too this summer.
Yes.
Because it really is great to be back together.
Just so good to be back. And we had so much fun. Couple of little things.
Yeah.
My daughter and I went to the eye doctor because she forgot to pack an extra contact, and the one contact just split. That's always so upsetting.
So you went to the eye doctor?
Yes, and we walked in, and the people at the reception desk kind of looked at us like, "Oh, you two look so cute together." Well, we realized we had dressed just alike. We both had orange shirts, orange like V-neck t-shirts with jeans, and we both had blonde hair.
You would have looked, adorable.
We looked just alike, so we kind of chuckled and explained what we needed, and they were kind of looking at us like, okay, they dress just alike. And then when I explained, my name is Laura, and my stepdaughter's name is Laura, but they didn't know she was my stepdaughter, I said, here's my daughter, Laura. They looked at us again like, okay, you guys dress alike, and you had the exact same name.
Yeah.
So, but we got through that. I think I need more celery, my throat, or a lozenge.
Yes.
Maybe the celery. So anyway, we got through that. Now let me tell you, part of the fun of having family home is
making fun of them.
Yes. And just getting together, chatting, laughing, and we played Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, you poor thing.
I know. Now I always feel a little nervous about it. Mm-hmm. Some of the cards, you just don't want to even pronounce them. The
Correct.
Words. But
you even wonder how they would think of those topics.
Yes, and why. But somehow this game always comes around and we played it. But I'm kudos to my millennial children who are so sweet to me, and they gave me all the good cards.
Oh, they sorted through them?
Yes. Well, when you ask the question and then everybody gives you their answer,
right?
They made sure their answers were like active listening, or
as opposed to active
whatever,
horrible sex,
or like God, or they had affiliated parties like Republicans, Democrats. I could use those as my answers. It was so sweet.
As opposed to various positions and things.
Yes, but I don't feel
that was sweet.
That was very sweet. And then, in talking about all of this, we came up with, and I'm not going to go into details, you'll quickly realize why, but we must have laughed for a half an hour.
Oh, I love that. When
families just get on a topic, and the one gal just shouted out, how do people, different methods for using toilet paper.
And you all burst into, this led to
uncontrolled family discussion on how we all do it. So I'll leave it at that.
But you laughed.
Wholeheartedly. Belly laughing, crying, laughing. It was great. So had a wonderful, wonderful week. There you go. I'm
great.
Gonna chomp some more.
Oh, okay. You're going to chomp some more.
Yes.
I better clear my throat.
Yes.
Swallow my coffee. I noticed in wandering around the grocery, we still get grocery delivery, but now it's kind of fun to stop by and look around. So I actually go to the grocery too. I noticed something, Laura. I noticed that cereal is showing up everywhere and not just in cereal boxes. I saw a cake mix, on the end cap aisle, so you would be sure to see it. Cake mix proclaiming that it was, I think it was Fruity Pebbles, a Fruity Pebbles cake.
Like the flavoring was a cereal.
Right, or maybe sort of like a funfetti, or only it had Fruity Pebbles in it.
Interesting.
And there was cereal in oatmeal, little instant oatmeal packets. Many Cocoa Puffs, Fruity Pebbles, Cinnamon Crunch.
Wow. So it's like we're mingling cereal with...
Right. Same thing with candy bars.
Candy bars with cereal.
Yeah, I saw Kit Kat with cereal. So...
Huh.
Yeah.
More than just the Rice Krispie treats.
Right. Well, those are good.
We have advanced. All right. Interesting.
Yeah. And speaking of that, 50 years, by the way. 50 years of Fruity Pebbles, which I was never a fan of. That's not my favorite.
That's too sweet and fruity. 50
Right.
years ago?
Yes.
Wow.
And now it's... So
Yikes.
And speaking of what year is it? What year is it? Speaking of that, on iTunes...
Yes.
The number one album is 40 years old. Was actually released 40 years ago.
But today...
It's the number one album currently on iTunes.
What is it?
40 years ago, Queen's Greatest Hits.
Seriously?
Yes.
And it was popular probably number one 40 years ago.
Oh, yes.
But it's still number one, or it came back into popularity.
Yeah, I think came back, right? And
what was the Bohemian Rhapsody? Was that the movie that came out a couple years ago?
Yes.
Very well done. So Queen has kind of had a resurgence.
They have. And 50 years. Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
All right.
Great.
Keep going.
Joni Mitchell, her album is actually number 2, her album Blue, which that was 50 years ago.
Wow.
So you may not know that as well. I mean, 50 years ago you were a kid.
Barely born.
Yeah. But congrats to her. I actually liked her album before that, which was Ladies of the Canyon. I actually like that.
You had that.
Right.
And as a little kid, I liked to look through the album. Didn't it have a real pretty...
Oh, yeah, like watercolory kind of, right. And that had...
The memories.
Oh, Pave Paradise put up a parking lot. That's still around.
Put up a parking lot.
And what else is still around? See, this is why it's so much fun. Yeah, us. It is. It's so much fun to be a boomer because it just keeps on going. Guess what? Another kind of boomerish thing is still around.
Okay.
Caftans.
Oh, golly.
Caftans.
Those big, long, flowy. In case you guys, millennials, don't know, they were like, real long, flowy, big sleeved. Yes.
Yeah, loose. They could be a dress or an around the house kind of in the morning.
And you could just kind of sashay through your gown.
And according to what I read, in quotes, they are forever. Caftans are forever, and the perfect look for summer 2021.
Okay.
So maybe next time the two Lauras could wear caftans.
Oh, we could have waltzed in with caftans to the eye doctor.
Right. It would make me feel like I think of Elizabeth Taylor in caftans.
Yes.
I think she was
you'd have to wave your arms and
caftan,
kind of swish through a room.
Right. Strike poses.
Well, we may have to wear caftans the next time we record.
Right. Or do our Apple Watch thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because now I have one.
2 questions for you. I've just got some questions for you.
I need more coffee.
Yeah. How much of our lives, I was wondering this actually this morning, how much of our lives do we spend standing in front? Do we spend clearing our throats? But a lot.
But continue.
Do we spend standing in front of the microwave watching the numbers click down, like you're reheating your coffee?
Oh, yeah.
Do you do that a lot?
A lot of my life. What if we could add up? Maybe in heaven someday we find out. Like how many minutes, hours of our life, days for all we know.
Yes.
Months. Just staring at the microwave with whatever our chosen item is spinning.
Because I would think things for sure, a minute or less, I probably just stand there. If it's longer, maybe there's something else you could be doing or something else you could be cooking. But I would say most of the time, you reheat that coffee.
Do you mentally have a time that if it's a minute or less, 2 minutes, I'm going to try to quickly do something else?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. But I think
food for thought, Jean.
Food for thought, as they say. And then I have seen this, but it popped into my awareness. Yeah.
Something in there.
Right. Something in there. About washing your jeans. How often do you wash your jeans? And do you know how often you're supposed to wash your jeans? Or what are your thoughts?
Well, don't we just segue nicely into topics?
Okay.
I just happen to have, because I had a hunch you might ask this. A list from Good Housekeeping.
Oh, well,
obviously they dominate what we should do in our lives as far as washing jeans, and they actually have a recommendation. But to answer your question,
and I would say, I just glanced at your list, and we'll get into it more, but I would say they're wrong about jeans.
Well, interesting. All right. On the list, I'll get to that in a second. How often do I wash my jeans? I would say every 2 to 3 wears.
That would be very wrong. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Every 2 to 3 wears?
Yeah. You actually probably hardly need to wash them at all unless they would really have
I'm
something
gasping.
Yes. Because all these pre-washed jeans and all the stuff they have on them, they work better they don't need to be washed. They're really, you hardly ever have to wash them unless you spilled something on them.
I have a look of horror.
I know.
Utter horror.
No.
That you're saying this. Why would
You're wrecking them. You're wrecking them. You're getting rid of them.
But they get dirty.
No, they don't.
They're against your body.
Yeah, no, they say. That's what they say. So I'll let you. Yes. So should I carry on while you chomp your celery and sit here?
I definitely need to chomp. So I'm aghast.
So give me a few other examples. Every 6 months. What should we wash every 6 months?
All right. What needs to be washed every 6 months? Your actual pillow and your actual comforter. And I hate to say it. It could be years before I wash a comforter.
Oh, I probably do that more often because we have a dog, so we have to get rid of the dog here. We do that. Pillows. I wash my pillowcases. I don't wash my pillows.
Every day, and I'm guilty of this.
Every day.
Every day you should wash all your dish towels.
Yes.
All your hand towels and all your washcloths. Every day. I don't do that.
Oh, even since COVID?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Every day. Every week you should
I think I do that every day. Every
sheets. I try to be good with that.
Yeah.
Your pillowcases and your bath mats. I don't do my bath mats.
No.
Every 3 months, you should do, if you have shower curtains, and you throw blankets, throw rugs, and all your outerwear.
Yeah, I suppose that is more like and then the rest seems to be basic clothes.
Right,
and things,
like basic clothes are every 3 wears.
Yeah.
Every month, you should do your robe, mattress, pad, and pillow liners, whatever the heck that is.
Yeah.
But they had shirts and blouses everywhere. Sometimes I sneak a second wear.
Oh, sure.
I sniff and go on.
I'm sure during COVID we snuck many wears. But anyhow, you do some more research on the jeans and tell me what you think. Because I'm opening your eyes to the world of jeans.
By that.
Yeah. I read a cute thing, just speaking of the whole COVID and caftans and being home and washing your clothes.
Yes.
I read a cute thing about what kids think of their parents' jobs since they've now... Instead of going to work with them once a year, they were at work with them every day. Every day.
Let's take your child to work.
Every day. So what did they think? So a couple kind of cute answers. That the 6-year-old that they talked to said something to the effect of, it was fun to watch them, but it just, the work goes on and on all day long.
And so it does.
Surprise! So it does, on and on.
That's cute.
And then another young kid said, Dad's always waving at us, doing that wave thing to keep us quiet. The
frantic wave, which us as moms, I remember when our kids were little, you're trying to talk to somebody on your phone because we didn't have cordless phones. So you're standing there
You
stuck
better
to the-
explain what that means, right?
Oh,
Right. So when you
yeah,
don't have a
sorry.
cordless phone, what happens?
You were stuck to your wall. I had a wall phone with a cord attached to the wall. I realize nobody can understand that today. And you were stuck to it, so you're trying to make an appointment or trying to talk to your mom, whoever it might be. And I would have that frantic, glaring eyes as best I could glare, waving of the hand like, do not talk to me, I'm on the phone.
Right.
And did our kids listen?
Trying to get the eyes? Oh, somewhat.
Kinda, sorta. Yes.
Somewhat. I thought that was cute.
But now dads have to do it too.
Yeah. The frantic signaling with the
Love it,
the
love
full
it.
body signal. Something else. This gave me kind of something fun to think about. How often? How often do you give a friend a real compliment? And let me dive into that a little bit more.
Okay.
So the article pointed out, and I think they're kind of right, that with our women friends especially, it's pretty easy for us to say things like, oh, I love your hair. Oh, that necklace is so pretty. Oh, is that a cute skirt or is that a skirt, or more commenting on
Actual visual things.
right things, as opposed to saying something like, you're always so thoughtful how you remember things that happened in my life, right? You're always so thoughtful about asking how I'm feeling about something, or I really love how you're the first one to volunteer for something, or every time you're on a committee, you're just so upbeat and positive, and I like being on committees with you.
Very interesting, because I have noted lately, and I think it's easier to compliment people now, just in general, because we're not wearing masks. And it's nice to be able to smile and see the reaction when you give a compliment.
Right.
And
That's a good point.
Don't you feel without masks, you have more of a freedom to talk to strangers?
Oh, yes.
So I've just noticed women have had gorgeous hair colors.
Oh.
And I hate to spring this on everyone, but I don't have naturally blonde hair. I actually have to use hair dye.
Wait.
Yeah. I was aghast at your jeans. You're aghast at this.
Yeah.
But it's true.
Okay, you're sure? You're
yes.
sure? All right.
But I've noticed, so I've been kind of looking at women my age and their blonde hair. Well, lately I've seen people with just gorgeous platinum, ashy blonde, and I've complimented them. And of course they've said, well, during COVID, I didn't dye it and didn't realize I had this natural, beautiful hair. So that's been fun. But right, I haven't really said to my client, and you would have to have it with closer friends, that I appreciate how you're always so good about writing thank you notes, or you're always so good about remembering me on a day that is hard for me.
Yes, well, things like that. Or
Yes.
even, it's so nice. You always have a smile.
Yeah.
And now we can hug again, so that would be
I
another.
know. So that's something good to remember. I
Right, to
like
maybe
that.
put in right. Are there ways to actually compliment the person? Or you're so patient with your children. I'd love to see how sweet you are with your kids. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you were talking to a younger millennial, right? You would say like, "Gosh, you always have such creative ideas to do with them." So
Which that's a good one, because I must say, when we were raising our little kids, strangers would come up and tell us what we were doing wrong.
boy, that's true.
I don't know why they did that, so don't do that.
No, I mean, right, you're right. Things like either what you're feeding them or that you were letting them, like if they got a little noisy at the grocery or something which is so funny that would bother people, because when you think about it, who would care in your whole life that there was a kid making too much noise in the grocery store 20 years ago? I mean, would that really...
Hopefully nobody is like that today. But good point, my dear.
Yeah. Well, since you bared your soul about your hair,
Yes.
I'm going to ask you another personal question. Let's get personal, Laura.
Let's get personal today. Yes.
All right, Laura.
Yeah.
Do you still weigh yourself on a regular basis? This is a two-part question, I guess I should say.
Should I answer them
No,
right now? I
you
just got to
could-
remember what you're asking.
All right.
Okay. Oh, boy.
All right.
It's like the two-part answer in Cards Against Humanity. Okay,
Ooh.
go ahead.
Do you still weigh yourself on a regular basis? I think you used to do that, yes?
I thought you were asking the second question.
Well, I'm going to go back. Right.
You know my memory. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Second
and
question.
since we getting our Apple Watches, which we both have now, have your thoughts on health and fitness changed or not, or how you're exercising, or has that done any change? But first of all, do you still weigh yourself regularly?
I'm glad you repeated it because I probably would have forgotten. you know me so. Jean, you know me so well.
Oh, thank you, Laura. And do you like my shirt?
And I like your hair color now.
Oh,
okay.
Good. Thank you, Laura.
Yes,
I feel
yes,
so good now. Okay.
Go to that. All right.
Because I have stopped. I guess I'll be honest and tell you, I have stopped weighing myself. I do not weigh myself at all.
Just the opposite.
Okay.
You really have stopped.
Yes.
Do you feel that you look great?
Yeah, not bad since, there's COVID and all that, as far as weight and things like that. But I would feel like my clothes, your clothes, let's face it, we are women. We know how our clothes fit.
We do.
We are women. We are champions.
We are
the champions. We are the champions. Oh, that was a great album.
Gosh, we're good.
Yeah. I totally lost the topic. What are we talking about?
We have no idea what we're talking about.
Weighing yourself. So
And
I
you-
don't weigh myself.
And I
Clothes. So you can tell how they fit. Now, I would say all my clothes fit. Before they were probably a little too loose. Now they're probably just about right. So I feel like that's okay.
Well, clothes is a good indicator,
Yeah.
but I am the compulsive. Every morning I get on the scale.
And that's all right. But what do you do with that information?
And I'm very picky about it too. And I've noticed
What do you mean?
Well, first off, like, I don't want any kind of twisties or hair clips. Nothing can be on me other than myself.
Why?
Because it
A twisty?
It could add, a slight.
So it's just you.
It is just me and my body. Then I've also noted if you stand back a little further.
Laura!
Yes, it's true. I like the numbers better. But other than that, very obnoxious thinking, I do stand on it every day. I just like to have a read every day. But this morning, bad read. But then I can blame it on I ate salty foods last night.
All right. So I suppose I'm getting at, are you hard on yourself? Is this just a factual? Are you being a scientist?
I'm being a scientist and I record it every day. And then I like to go back and see if there's trends. And that is probably the sciencey part of me, maybe slightly.
So more of a science. You're not
compulsive.
You're not chastising yourself?
No, I just feel like, well, now maybe I will lay off the double pie tonight.
Yeah. Right.
Darned if you didn't bring good pie the other day, but you're right.
Did you like the peach one or the strawberry?
We're talking about those Edwards frozen pies. Really,
because I knew they were on a frozen pie kick. So I thought, I'll bring frozen pies to add to their repertoire.
But I digress.
All right, so you weigh yourself every day. Does your spousal unit weigh himself?
Oh, yes.
Does he no twist ties or...
No twisties in his hair.
Right.
And it's kind of a couples thing we do.
Oh, it's a couples thing. And no one, you don't scowl or frown at his weight.
No.
He's actually lost a little weight,
he's
hasn't
lost
he?
quite a bit of weight. It's kind of like it's sort of like playing shuffleboard. You make the L and the G, you draw the line, and you put your scores every day. This is our weight every day, which, by the way, we were at Lakeside. I must quickly say, in the last podcast, I said fireworks were done off the dock.
You did.
I apologize.
You have to stand corrected?
I have to put in. They were done off a barge.
I knew it!
Yeah.
Yay!
Victory for my sister. I was
It's
wrong.
cool, though, isn't it? Yeah, and it's safer because they're out.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
as
I think that's
sat
the new
there
way.
watching them, I was like, darn, they're not off the dock.
Because otherwise you're not sitting in your hot tub.
Right.
Ouch.
Right.
That was sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very sad. All right.
And
so,
how about your Apple Watch? Are you using it for any fitness since you like data? Are you closing your rings? I guess that's what I should ask. Are you closing your rings?
I've gotten much better.
Speaking of rings, the Olympics is coming.
Oh, the Olympics is coming.
Rings! Okay.
Yeah. what is that? Oh, I'll hum
Dun,
that
dun,
too.
dun, 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 dun. Is that it?
No, that's the Rocky one.
Oh, it's
we're pathetic.
Dun 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 bum 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 bum. That's it, but you never know. It depends on which network's doing
That's true.
it. There's that other song, but
I'm not singing that. We won't torture you.
All right.
All right, back to Apple Watches, and I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot the second part of the question.
Barges.
barges. All right, my Apple Watch, couple of things. When I first got it,
Yes.
I was actually pretty busy, didn't have a lot of time to get into the whole rings bit.
Right.
But I thought, I was at my daughter's house. Her sweet little baby boy was kind of fussy, so I held him, put him on my put him on my shoulder. He fell asleep.
Yes.
So I thought, what can I do?
That gives you the best feeling,
doesn't
doesn't it?
to have a baby on him. He just felt cozied in with me. So now, but I hadn't brought my phone. I'm in a rocking chair in his room with no phone. And it's dark. I could have just sat there and relaxed or reflected and had mindfulness, but I needed to be doing something.
Yes.
So I thought, people were texting me. I could see this on my phone because one of my complications
is
text messages.
Right, so you got brave and tapped
it. So I
it.
got brave and I thought, I can do this. What I didn't realize is I was sending back automatic things and I kept sending hello. Over and over. Hello. And this is real estate stuff. So the agent was kind of like, I'm sorry, what? And I accidentally said hello again. And she was like, are you there? So then I thought, oh, darn it. And I didn't want to wake up the baby. So then I went to the voice text. I thought I'll do voice text. So I'm whispering in, and it just came out garbled, and it was awful.
I see. So what's in case you don't have it? Let me just.
Yes.
I have to stop laughing. Right. So you get a text message, and they have pre-messages that you could just give.
Yes.
Like hello or thank you or I'm busy now.
Right.
But
or
you can record it, which usually works pretty well if you can speak in a voice.
Yes.
Or you can draw it. They have a little screen that you can go letter by letter.
Yeah,
which is
but I thought that
would
be too challenging.
All right, so you went from hello
several times. I couldn't get out of that. to I'm whispering now. I didn't want to wake the baby, and it just came out just dreadfully. It just words that were garbled and made no sense, and so that was
you just gave up at that point.
It was a fail, and I waited. He napped for like an hour.
Oh God,
and then I had to text back and say, I'm sorry, I was experimenting with blah blah blah. A bit embarrassing, but no. So I complications are so exciting.
They are.
If you don't have an Apple Watch, there's something called complications, which is such an interesting word to use for that, where you can put on your watch face what you want, like if you want podcast or messages or the rings.
Your email or the temperature.
So back to the rings.
What do you want to breathe? Your breathe reminder.
I've gotten better. I'm trying to get back into writing. So did I say writing?
Yes. You did.
Riding those horses. Riding so often. Running. So yes, I'm slowly getting into it.
Good. I like that. So have you been closing your rings?
Not well. Yes and no. Like yesterday I did a night. If I do a good run,
that helps.
Ride,
sure.
But run. Right. That helps, but other days, no.
And you can change some of it because those levels are just suggested. So you would never change it.
I would never change it.
No,
can't do that. But
yes, but you could.
Yes,
all right.
I could. But I am excited about the Olympics. Getting back to the rings.
I am, and I think you had a funny story about treading water, which we thought was going to tie into the Olympics, and that's how we were going to end the show.
But we already talked about the Olympics. But
let's do that. But treading water. Right.
All right. So
that's the last thing I have on the list. Treading water.
Oh, you do have treading water.
Is that an Olympic sport? So,
well, let me
tell me as your treading water story.
Why I thought about treading water when I was on the dock up at the lake, which apparently fireworks are not shot off this dock anymore. But as I was laying there, it was kind of a wavy day, windy, and the waves were rocking. And I saw
Sure.
several teenagers in there. They're so good about their little bodies bob up and down. And I'm sure they're treading water underneath, but they make it look effortless.
Yes.
So it brought back all these childhood memories of feeling like I should be one of the cool kids treading. I could never tread.
Like
and
out
do
there
that.
chatting and treading.
Yeah,
with
people just chat and laugh and smile, and they're gracefully treading. I could never. I always just look so frantic and
Oh dear.
yeah,
Thrashing. So you were
thrashing. I was a thrasher, and it brought back those memories. But yes, should treading water be an Olympic sport?
I suppose if you're, I mean, that's kind of water polo, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're basically
well,
treading
true.
water. But I'm excited about the Olympics.
Me
so
too.
next time we'll talk more about it.
we
We hope
will.
everybody stays healthy and has a good,
Good something.
yeah, good event. Good luck, all you Olympians. We're proud of you.
We're proud of
And we're
everyone.
proud of Pat, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. This section. We love you, Pat, at Speak Up Talk Radio. She helps put this all together and make it sound better than we are. And you can find us on our various social media. That's
Things.
all.
And I'll say, too, that Pat, of course, we're her stars in her stable.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
yes.
right. But she has many other interesting podcasts that you can find at, what is Speak Up Talk Radio?
Speak Up Talk Radio.
Right. So, and author interviews. So, obviously we're
We're it.
We're it.
Yeah.
But these other people deserve a chance to shine,
Yes, they
too.
do.
All right. Love you all.
Love everyone. Toodaloo.
Toodles.
Be sure to come back to beautiful Ohio and the OK Boomer podcast. To listen to previous episodes or to drop us a line, visit okboomerpod.com.